Are you coming up? You want to come up and say hi? You want to come up and say hi? Hi guys, it's Megan at Beacon Bay Dog Training, and I wanted to go over something because I talked to someone again today, and I think there's just some confusion. So I'm going to put this out there if anybody has any questions. So we use remote collars here. This is actually my girl's collar. I know some people have really strong feelings about that, and if those are not for you under any circumstances, that's fine, and I respect that. And you probably wouldn't be happy with us as a trainer, so that's fine. That's why I'm not the only dog trainer. So, but I was talking to someone, and it's come up before. So, oops, sorry. Yeah. Today, and they said, well, I bought a collar, and I bumped it, and my dog just reacted really strongly. So they were a little put off by e-collar training. So we use these two main specific ways. One is the way everybody thinks about, like you just turn it up really high and you put the collar on your dog and you start pushing the button, right? Don't do that, heel. There's no magic here. The collar does not train the dog, we train the dog. And actually how we do it is when the dog first comes in, we usually don't open the collar the first week. We train the dog. We train all of those behaviors. On leash, just dog training. And then in the second week of our 2-week program, which is our off-leash program, we then go back and all of those things we taught, we pair with e-collar pressure. So if you had your dog on a leash and you were trying to get your dog to come and it wouldn't come, you would pull on his leash, right? And the dog would feel pressure from the collar. And then as the dog came to you, the leash would go slack, the pressure would come off. That is exactly what we do with low level pressure. So if your dog's on a leash and it won't sit and you've ever pulled the leash up to put their head up so their butt goes down, that is exactly what we do on the low level side. Now we do some high level stuff. I won't lie, it's horrible. I hate it. I get goosebumps even when I think about it. High level corrections are reserved usually for the second week of training after we have addressed the bulk of issues through just dog training. And then a lot of times when we circle back to those unsavory behaviors, they are greatly reduced. It takes a lot less correction to address them in a dog that is now trained and in a good state of mind. And how we do that, so our collars go 0 to 100. Most of those high level things are owner directed. So they're generally things that are a matter of human safety. So sharp, sudden pulling on the leash, really disrespectful jumping up, like you can knock grandma down, break her arm. So human safety is super important, and it's not always aggressive stuff. It can just be like super rowdy behavior. And more people go to the emergency room as a result of a very happy dog than aggressive dogs ever do. Then the next thing that we level of thing we address with this is that things are unsafe for the dog. They're likely to cost the dog his life or his home. So dogs that consume socks or towels or other soft goods could die. If detected in time, you can have surgery and have those items removed. Your pocketbook will be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 lighter. Your dog will be no more likely to not eat another whatever it ate the first time, and your dog is now less likely to survive a second surgery. Your pocketbook, maybe a second surgery is out of your means. So your option then would be to put your dog to sleep. So, and then the next level of things are things that are owner option. There are just some things that are tolerable to some owners, and things like raiding the cat box. Something here at my house that I do not tolerate in my own dogs is I do not tolerate my dogs eating dog poop in the yard. I think it's disgusting. If you've ever heard me tell the story of the great poop vomit incident, I have been scarred by that. Like, if you think dog vomit is bad, like, you can't even imagine, poop vomit is a whole nother level. So I just don't tolerate that here. If it rears its head, I punish it swiftly and quickly, and I just don't like that. It's just a rule of my house. So owners have, rules. They don't like a dog that stands on the dishwasher door and licks the dirty spoons. We can stop that. So most of those things are owner directed. Is very, other than human safety, some dog safety issues, it's very unusual that I would ever say to an owner, well, you can't allow your dog to do that. That must stop. If you don't mind if your dog eats poop in your yard, I don't care. Like, I'm going to manage it when it's here, and I will not allow it. It'll be on leash and supervised closely. I won't allow it to eat poop in my yard. But I don't tell clients how to live in their home. So most of these high level corrections, we just had a dog that went home, dog digs in the yard. Owner wants that to stop. 3 seconds of a very high correction. She, several days in now, shows no interest. We left the hole in the yard. Really just seems to want no part of that. So 3 seconds of this to end, a behavior that is intolerable to the owner, dangerous to the dog, or dangerous to humans. But that is a very small part of what we do. That's about 10% of what we do. So sorry, I kind of got sidetracked by that. So if you have ever trained with us in one of our e-collar programs, and we do have on-leash programs, you do not have to train with an e-collar to come here. And I don't secretly run around and put a collar on your dog. Other than persistent barking, they might wear a bark collar, but that would be about it. If you don't want an e-collar trained dog, I'm not going to do the extra work for free and not tell you about it. So that would be very disrespectful. So if you do come in on one of our e-collar programs, this is what we do. The first e-collar lesson that we have with the owners, we sit down with the collar and the remote, and this is what we do. And this is the product that we use. It's made by e-collar Technologies. They're located in Garrett, Indiana. Super nice. Whoops. Small, locally run business. We have gotten great service from them. They stand behind their product, and we're real happy with them. So this is what we use. If you go online, it will cost you about $200 retail to buy one of these. So if you bought a collar for $29, $49, $59, probably not gonna be the quality. First thing is that our collar has 100 levels, 0 to 100. It also has, I don't know if you can hear this, it has a vibrate function, which is how we do most of our recall here. So if you have a collar at home and you've kind of been scared off, or you think they are bad and you want to play along, this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn everything on. And this is what we do in our first lesson with clients. So I'm going to start, can you see that? It's at a 1. And what you do, you want to put it on kind of the meaty bit on your arm there and just kind of hold it there. Bone doesn't transmit well, and when we put it on dogs, we put it on the muscle to either side, not here on their swallowing parts. So here, the skin on your hand is just too tough, really. So you want it here on the muscle. And I'm going to put it here just so that you can see. So green light means that it's charged. And what I'm going to do is, hopefully I can do all this in the camera. So, and this is what we do in our first lesson. And I usually let the owners go first. I put the collar on my arm, and they don't show me the number they're at. And we go up through this, and I tell them when I start to feel, and I'm going to skip ahead a little bit just because I know about what I can feel. And this video is already almost 10 minutes long. So if you have a collar at home, or you borrowed a collar or something, put this on your arm and let's see. And I'll tell you why in a minute why this is important. So I'm on 10, and you can see the red light. That means the stim is going. And this is about the level, so I can feel it on the first contact there. And it feels, if you've ever had, what it feels like it's first, if you've ever had your phone in your pocket on vibrate and you forgot, it feels like that. If you're not expecting it, it can be startling. And we do introduce it carefully to the dog. So I can feel that in my arm. It's not particularly painful. So here, I'll go up to 15. Okay, I can feel it. Like if that was between me and a brownie, I'd beaten a brownie about now, because it's not really that aversive. It's I can sense it. It's a signal. Okay, so when I put this on my dog, and I'm not going to put her up here. So we do that with the humans in our first lesson. We all pass it around, and then when everybody's comfortable, we put it on the dog, and we do the same thing. We go back to 1, 2, and we're watching the dog. 3, 4, and we're watching for the slightest, like an ear flick or sometimes the dog will sit up and kind of be like, "Did you feel something?" No, and they'll put their head back down. So we'll maybe do it again, see if the dog reacts again. And then to see if it's a fluke, we'll drop down back below that level and go back up again. Because sometimes we have to go a little high, like maybe 10 for them to sense it. But once they recognize it as a sensation, then we don't have to go up as high. My dog works at a low level at about a 4 or a 5. I can't feel a 4 or a 5. So if you have a collar at home and you've had a bad experience with it, I would encourage you to get your collar out. Do this with the collar, start at the lowest level. A lot of lesser collars don't have as many levels, have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 levels. And if you do this and at level 1, you can feel it on your arm, it's too hot for your dog. The level that you're perceiving it is going to be an aversive level to your dog. So that would be a great collar to stop your dog from doing something, but not to be able to use it as a low-level instructive tool for that part of the training that we do. If you're trying to break your dog from a bad behavior, I'll tell you how to do it. Here's how you do it. So you put the collar on your dog, you fit it up tight, and then you are completely removed for it. So at my house, when poop eating is starting again, Juice, I'm talking to you, put the collar on, she wears it, I can put her on in the morning, and then maybe in the afternoon when I let them out, I will either sit in my chair or I watch her out the window. I am totally removed from the situation. I wait for her to start eating poop. I turn the collar all the way up and I go 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, stop. And then I just keep doing whatever I'm doing. I don't yell at the dog, I don't correct the dog. What usually happens is the dog will startle, yipe, and then get away from whatever it is they're doing. And that one correction is likely enough to stop something like that. Something that has to just stop completely. You don't ever want it to happen again. So don't do this for not sitting fast enough or not coming when called. It doesn't work that way. But that is exactly how we use it for a high level correction. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. The end. Usually fixes it. So if you've had a bad experience with a collar, or you have one at home that you had a bad experience with, try this. And if you can feel it on your arm at the lowest level, it's too hot as a teaching tool. You can only use that as a punishment tool, high level things, that must stop poop eating, litter box raiding, those type of things. If you have any aggression or any inner dog aggression, I'd be very careful. You need to separate the other dogs out. You don't want anybody to get hurt. Ideally, I should probably go in here. Please consult a qualified professional of your choosing for help. But really the main message is here is if your collar, whatever collar you have at home, on your arm is too hot at the lowest level, it's too hot for your dog as a teaching tool. And you need to be very careful with what you're doing with your dog using that collar, because we don't want anybody to have a bad experience, unintended that way. So if you have questions about e-collars, feel free. I'm probably going to put this up on YouTube and share a link probably. So if you have comments, go ahead, post them. If you have genuine questions, I'm happy to help you. Haters will be deleted and banned. So if this isn't for you, that's fine. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. There is more than one way to address a problem. This is how we do it. And if this is anything you're interested in, feel free to leave a comment or ask a question, and we're happy to help. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.